Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another episode of Adventures Chatlog, and today I am by myself again. So this will be a quick episode because there's really not much happening in Final Fantasy XIV at the moment, unless you're a big PvPer. So we're gonna go through that, and this video will be basically going through patch 4.15, which is a very small patch and probably a big patch for those PvPers. But if you're not such into PvP, this patch probably won't be for you. So just a little bit of warning there. So let's go through the playable content that they have released. So basically the Bard performance action is now live. Basically once you unlock the job Bard at level 30, you can go to Old Gridania near the MP Center, and there's an NPC there where basically they will give you performance actions. Basically you can perform actions such as music. It can be whatever you want, as long as you kind of understand how the notes work. So you will be prompted to actually have agreed to a new licensing thing for the performance, because basically they won't allow you to perform any third-party music. So basically if you record or upload those performances, you might get banned, or worse, your video might be taken down and you might get banned in the process. So I don't know how it all correlates to banning, but there was some noise in the forums about someone was asking basically, has anyone gotten banned yet? So I'm not sure if you will get banned in the process, but you know, just to be safe, try not to upload any of those videos. And obviously the licensing stuff you'll be prompted to read it if you really want to. So that's pretty much that. As for the battle system, it's mainly all for PvP. Paladin got a buff on their potency for Holy Spirit and Requiescat. Ninja Assassinate has now a potency up to a maximum of 2500, and I don't really want to go through a lot of the PvP stuff, but for the most part there's a lot of buffs basically for all the jobs, apart from Scholar, which had their chain stratagem duration reduced from 6 to 5 seconds. So the biggest thing in this patch is, like I said, for PvPers, and basically it's Rival Wings. Rival Wings is sort of like your Final Fantasy take on the MOBA genre. So if you're into like Dota 2, or you know, all those kind of things, LOL, League of Legends, or all that stuff, then this is a little bit of take on those. So there's basically towers and you have to take down, you know, just basically there's like lanes as well. So it's not a whole lot different. If you know what a MOBA is, then you won't have any problems playing this mode. I haven't personally tried it. I know Deli has tried it, and I think she's been playing a lot of it as well. So you might get her opinion at some point whenever she's free as to what Rival Wings is. But like I said, I'm not really the type of person that plays PvP. I don't know, it just put me off when I first played PvP in Final Fantasy XIV. It's not that engaging to me anyway. Maybe because it wasn't that great back then, but now I know there's a lot of new modes and stuff, so maybe it will grow on me if I try. But it's not one of those things that I enjoy PvP, and I'm not a big PvPer to begin with, so if it doesn't engage me straight away, then that's it. For the most part, that's basically it. We got a few items, systems, which is just like achievements and some resolved issues and some known issues as well. Other than that, that is pretty much it for patch 4.15. Now, it's a little bit sad that we actually didn't get the relic quests during this patch. But I guess they're saving that for 4.2, which is a bigger patch, I suppose. But I'm really hoping that they actually do it in, and probably in the next small patch, because putting the relic weapon or armors onto the next patch is basically putting the relic weapon and relic armors way behind what the current rating tier is. But I suppose it's always been like that. We've always had the relic weapons or armors, well, relic weapons basically, always a tad bit late, and it's always to make sure that the current raid gear is always the best gear that you can have. So it wouldn't be too bad to actually give us a little bit more. Like, I know the raid weapons is always better up until a certain point, so if they actually release this a little bit earlier, at least we can get it to a i340 for those casual players who don't raid at all. At least there's something to do during the holiday season. However, right now, Final Fantasy XIV is basically empty up until the next year, because I'm not expecting a lot for the Christmas event. It'll be one of those 5 to 10 minute quests again, and then it could be a rehash as well, just like what happened with a few other seasonal events this year. So it's not really a content that will last us up until the end of the holidays. So basically what we're gonna have this holiday season is a bunch of nothings unless you're a PvPer, and I don't think Rival Wings will last. And it's not because it's not done well, it's, I think, because most of the Final Fantasy 14 players are pretty much PvE players. I know there's definitely a community for the PvPers, but I think, just my opinion, Final Fantasy XIV has a lot more PvE players than PvPers. So I don't think they'll be getting those people who have done O4S and don't want to do Bahamut to come back anytime soon. So basically, those are my thoughts for patch 4.15. Now let's go to a very quick topic that I want to talk about, and this is basically the worlds that have been closed off for new players and for transfers. And there's quite a lot of, obviously, like big servers that have a lot of people that are still closed, and I am playing in one of those servers. Tonberry is, I believe, still currently closed for any player, so you can't make a new character in it, and you can't transfer onto the server. It's one of the things why my partner actually didn't get back into playing Final Fantasy XIV. We tried playing on a different server. I had an alt that transferred to a different server, but it's just not the same, playing with your main character. And for her, she would rather be with my main character rather than my alt, which I think it's about time they actually consider the number of people in the server and maybe try to open up these big population servers. That's the word I was looking for earlier. You know, they have to accommodate some of the newer players that probably are stuck on a low population server and want to be in a bigger population server. I know it's not a sort of a big a deal, I suppose, if you're stuck in the low population servers for some people, but I know some people would prefer to have a lot more people to interact with, and obviously a bigger community to chat, do content with. Of course, the other problem is the waiting times for going into dungeons. Those are the small things that make it a little bit different and much more accommodating for new players, basically. So yeah, that's just a little bit of my thoughts on the population for the server thing, because I've been seeing a lot of, well, not a lot, but every now and then I'm seeing problems with queue times, and obviously gating. Basically, there's no way for new players to get into the bigger population servers, and I feel sorry for them. You know, if they want to go to the bigger population, they should have that option to do so. So anyway, guys, I think that's it for this video. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys what you think of patch 4.15. Do you think it will last us through these long holidays? And are you a big PvPer? If you are, what you think of Rival Wings? And also, I'd like to hear from you guys what you think about my thoughts on maybe opening up these bigger servers for new players and obviously older players that want to go to a bigger population server. And as always, you can follow me on Facebook and on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.